HerpKid23 here, and this is another edition of HerpHelp. This is episode number 6, and this is going to be about how to prepare a leopard gecko laybox for one of your females who are gravid or anything. So if they want to lay their eggs and stuff, let me just close this door. Just closing my door, sorry. But, yeah. Basically, what I like to do is a combination of Eco Earth and this type of hatchite. What I basically do is I get some Eco Earth, I put it that it feels like around here or so, and then I get the hatchite and I cover it that you can't see any more of the Eco Earth, that it's all white. What I do then is I mix it so it can be like nice evenly and stuff. With the hatchite, it really holds its moisture, the Eco Earth, so it doesn't dry out as quicker. If you just use Eco Earth, it kind of dries out a bit faster than if you combine it with hatchite. You can also combine it with perlite if you like, or vermiculite. You can test out different things to whatever you like. Basically, what I do, I just take out a little bit of Eco Earth from my Savannah's enclosure. If I don't prepare it, I just don't go to the side that he poops on, which is usually in that corner, because that would be a bit gross. You know what I mean, if the leopard gecko has it in its lay box. But I don't like putting the bark in there, because I usually mix his Eco Earth with some bark. But if I take out too much, I always give him a little back. I always make some more, and then I just give him some. I know I should be making some, but I'll be making some soon. I'm also will be ordering some. Well, I'll be buying some at the expo. I was thinking about ordering it, but I use the Eco Earth, the 3 value pack kind, cause it makes more than just the bag. But yeah, I'll be buying like a bunch of Eco Earth, like 10 or so bricks of those, the 3 value packs. But yeah, I like to take out the bark because the leopard geckos don't really need that, and it kind of gets in their way, so I don't like using that. This is also mixed in with moss, so it'll be good if you mixed in your Eco Earth with moss. I'll be having to make some more and filling in those spots and stuff. But yeah, I don't really like doing this so often. I like having my Eco Earth separate from my leopard geckos most of the time, but just for the purpose of this video, I'll just take a little bit out from my Savannah's enclosure. Just take out the pieces of bark that the geckos don't need. It's also good, like I said, to use like the sphagnum moss or the Spanish moss, I think it's called. Yeah, there's one called Spanish. There's a bunch of varieties of moss too that you could use for the lay boxes. I like using sphagnum moss. The one that's called Spanish moss is actually like little strings, which is mostly for Pac-Man frogs and things like that. They mostly use that, yeah, but you can try it out. It really won't matter. I get my moss like in a big pack in Home Depot. It's $3 and it's like more than like Exoterra gives you and all that, because it's like a pound or something. I don't know. I buy it for like $3 in the gardening section. So yeah, this is taking a while because there's so much bark that I'm trying to not include into this. Sorry if you hear my dog barking again. But yeah, basically just take some of that out, take a little bit more out, and then basically now I can put in the let me just move that, the hatchite. If I make a mess like this, I usually use that this to like clean it up and stuff. Basically what you do now is get some hatch, right? And I cover it so that you can't see like that much eco worth. That's just the way it works for me. But yeah, that's just what I do. You know, you could do different methods like mixing with vermiculite or perlite and stuff like that. Anything that works for you, basically. This is just the way I do it. You know, just giving you guys an idea on how I do things here. So maybe you can try it and make it better and stuff. So yeah, I put around that much. And what I do next is, you're gonna get your hands dirty, obviously, if you do this. So if you're a person who doesn't like getting your hands dirty, just use some gloves or something. But yeah, you just mix it like that. I get these containers in the dollar store. I bought 2 of these for $1, so it's basically 50 cents each. Yeah, they're pretty cheap, so they have bigger ones too if you have like bigger sized geckos. But yeah, this is just, some people, they only like using like vermiculite for their Layboxes, or only perlite, or only hatchite. Some people I know who do that. I don't like it that much because it's just, I don't know, I just find it a bit different, but you know, it's whatever works for you. And then basically this is how it turns out looking. You can mix in some moss too. There's a bit of moss in here. Let me show you. Like little specks of moss. Nothing too big. And then basically you close that up. And then it's ready to go for a female leopard gecko. What I do to make the holes too is I get my soldering iron. You can also get that in the dollar store at Home Depot. I suggest buying one from Home Depot because the ones from the dollar store, they mess up pretty quick. But yeah, basically what you do is you just get the soldering iron and you make like a nice hole there. But I don't like taping it most of the time because it doesn't come out too sharp for the geckos. And if there is, I'll just cut off the pieces that are sharp, like that little part I'll cut off. And then basically, it's good for them, so when they're shedding or something, they could rub on there, and then all their shed can come off easier for them. So yeah, so this is how it basically looks like, and then I'll just set it up into its core tub and everything. And yeah, HerpHelp 23 out. Don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe. Later.